EngListen. Real English, real conversations. Liam, do you ever look back at your life and realize how much of it was just autopilot? Like there were months, maybe even years, where I was just existing. Waking up, going to work, scrolling through social media, and then passing out from exhaustion. And the worst part? I didn't even question it. I thought that was normal.
God, yes. I remember that version of myself. I was always busy, always tired, but never actually doing anything meaningful. And I used to convince myself that I didn't have time to change anything, like I was trapped in some invisible cage I'd built myself.
Exactly. And I don't even remember what triggered the shift. But one day, I just told myself, okay, 5 minutes. You're going to do one thing that feels good, something that reminds you who you are. And I started going on these short, silent walks every morning. No phone, no music, just me and the street.
That's beautiful. It's wild how something so small can reconnect you to your own life. For me, it was reading. I made this rule: 10 pages a day, no excuses.
At first, it felt pointless. But over time, those 10 pages became a spark. It woke my brain up again.
I love that.
It's not even about what you do, right?
It's about breaking the loop, proving to yourself that you still have control over your time, your mind.
And that one habit, it's not just a habit. It's a message to yourself. I'm not done yet.
Exactly. You don't have to burn your life down to start fresh. You just need one small match.
You know what I realized, Liam? That 5-minute walk wasn't really about fitness or mindfulness. It was about proving to myself that I could still choose, even in the middle of a busy, noisy life. I had 5 minutes that were mine. And in that tiny moment, I remembered I was a person, not just a task list.
That hits hard. We're so used to measuring life in big moves, promotions, milestones, achievements, but honestly, it's the quiet decisions we make every day that shape who we are.
That 10-page reading habit, it didn't just bring me knowledge. It gave me discipline, a reason to pause, a way to return to myself.
And no one claps for you when you start. There's no audience, just you, doing this tiny thing, hoping it'll matter.
But after a while, that little thing becomes a foundation, a reason to believe in yourself again.
Exactly. No one talks about how powerful it is to keep a promise to yourself.
Even if it's small, like walking, reading, writing one paragraph, you start rebuilding trust with yourself. And that changes everything.
I wish someone had told me earlier that healing doesn't need to be loud or dramatic.
Sometimes it's just a quiet walk, or a book, or drinking water before coffee. Tiny, quiet victories.
That's how we start to feel alive again.
And that's the truth.
Real change doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. And we just have to be quiet enough to hear it.
It was funny. Back then, I used to wait for motivation. I thought I needed to feel ready before I could start anything. But now I get it. Motivation comes after you start, not before. That 5-minute walk didn't feel life-changing on day one. It just felt awkward. But I kept going, and eventually it became the part of the day I looked forward to most.
That makes so much sense.
I had this idea that one day I'd wake up and everything would finally click, that I'd feel confident, disciplined, inspired all at once. But that day never came. What did come was this quiet moment where I decided to stop waiting and just begin, even if it was messy, even if I didn't believe in it yet. Yes, that's the secret no one talks about. You don't become the person you want to be in one grand decision. You build that person, brick by brick, habit by habit. And honestly, that's more powerful because it means you're not helpless. You're the builder. You're in charge. And the best part? Once you make one change, just one, it opens the door for more. You start to wonder, what else can I do? What else have I been underestimating about myself? That's when life really starts to shift, not on the outside, but inside. That's where the real transformation begins. You know, sometimes I think about that version of me, the one who felt so small, so stuck. And I just want to go back and whisper, you're doing better than you think. Just keep showing up. Because the truth is, we don't need giant leaps. We just need a little bit of courage, again and again and again.
Yeah.
We're always looking for some big sign from the universe, but sometimes the sign is just you deciding not to quit today, not giving up on yourself, even when no one's watching. That's where the change happens. Quiet, steady, real. So if anyone's listening and feeling lost, start small, start messy, start scared, but start, because you're not stuck. You're just waiting on yourself to move. And trust me, once you do, even the smallest step forward feels like freedom.